If you tried playing Spanish guitar before and it felt hard, it's nothing to do with your fingers. It's probably because you used the wrong method. I'm Thomas Michaud, and in this video I'll show you 6 steps to master Spanish guitar designed for learners over 60, starting with a small set of chords that sounds hard but are actually pretty easy. Here they are. Start with A minor, then we're going to play a G chord. I'm not going to put a finger on the first string like you may have done before. Next comes an F chord. I know that looks complicated, but it's not. It's not a bar chord. And then finally an E chord. So the one chord that might seem tricky is that F chord. So I'm going to show you how to make that chord. First, make an E chord, but without your index finger. Looks like this. Second finger on the first fret of the third string, and then the fourth and fifth strings, I'm using my pinky and third finger. That's an E. Now slide it up 1 fret, and put the index finger right over there on the 6th string, 1st fret. It's not a bar. I'm actually just playing that one bass note. See, there's a curve there. It's a type of F chord. We'll just call it the Spanish F chord for now. Okay, you've got your 4 chords or building blocks. Now each of them sounds great on their own, but most students underestimate one tricky issue, and that's switching from one chord to the other. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to switch between those chords smoothly. We're going to practice them in pairs. We'll start with that A minor, going to a G chord, and just use your second and third fingers for the G. Focus on moving that third finger over to the 6th string, 3rd fret. What you want to do is get the bass note first. So if there's any delay in the second finger, you're going to hit the bass note. Now, once you get both fingers there, release the index finger. Next, the G to the F. Here you are, and we're going to get down to that F. First thing is the index finger on the bass note. And then make that rest of that E chord. And again, you want to get your fingers to that bass note first. A good exercise to practice is to make the E chord without the index finger and then strum up 1 fret at a time. So you strum and then strum. Take your fingers off, make it again. That way you get practice forming the chord. This is an exercise I have students do when they're learning bar chords because that's the main form of the bar chord. We practice the bar separately and then put them together. Next, we've got the F chord going to the E chord. And it might seem simple to just slide it down, and that's certainly a possibility. But you're going to have to reform the chord when you make the A minor chord. I prefer to just go ahead and make the E chord like I normally do with my index finger. Then, when you start again and move on to the A minor, you just move everything over 1 string. Just go back and forth between each pair. Focusing on 1 finger at a time is a great way to get started. But as you practice, keep pushing yourself to move all the fingers at once. A little bit each day, and these changes will start to feel natural. Okay, now you know some Spanish-sounding chords, and you know how to switch between the chords. But strumming chords by themselves sounds a little boring. And that's where step 2 comes in. If you could pick one thing that gives the Gipsy Kings that incredible magnetic appeal, what do you think it would be? Here's a hint. If you guessed rhythm, you're absolutely right. And out of everything I've taught over 42 years, this strumming pattern gives beginners the biggest bang for the buck. It's actually the heartbeat of almost every Gipsy King song. It's called the Flamenco rumba strum. Let me show it to you. Start by muting the strings with your left hand, so we're not going to worry about the chords right now. In the right hand, I want you to just slightly close your hand, not tight, but just loosely. And the motion is going to be like this. Twisting, and a little bit of the elbow. Now watch. When I go down on the strum, I'm going to use the outside of my fingernails. And on the way up, I'm twisting back with my thumb. So I'm twisting down loosely. I'm letting it kind of just relax on the way down. Here it's a nice brush. Down the way up, the thumb brushes the opposite way, like a flick. I kind of think of, feels like water on my hands. Let's flick the water off. Relax. Try that with me. Ready? Go. Down, up, down, up. Go for a brush sound, not a harsh sound. It takes some practice. That's the first half of the strum. 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first half. Let's do that together. We're going to count it 1 and 2 and. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and. Now for the second half, we're going to start with a slap. You're just going to put your hand on the strings and stop the strings from ringing. So that's 3. Then you're going to brush up with the inside of your finger and then you do the exact same motion as the beginning. 4 and. So again, that's 3 and 4 and. Try that with me. Ready? Hit it. Slap, brush up, down, and up. Now let's try putting those together. And don't feel bad if it feels awkward. You practice it, you'll get it in no time. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and. Now the slap. 3 and 4 and. One more time. Down, up, down, up. Slap, up, down, up. So practice it slow like that. Just relax. Try not to tense. Then pick it up little by little. Try to get to around this speed. Okay, we're making progress. You've got chords, you've got some rhythm, but right now they're 2 separate things. Next, I'm going to show you how to lock them together so it sounds like music. So you could strum these chords in any order you want. It would sound fine. But there's a specific sequence that makes it sound unmistakably Spanish. Get this right, and you'll see people will really notice. That's called the Andalusian cadence. Let's break it down. Starting with the A minor, we do 1 full strum on the chord. It'll sound like this. So did you notice 1 full strum means that we go through that pattern 2 times? That's a full strum. Next, we do the same thing on the G chord. Then to the F, first finger there, go. And then finally the E chord. Practice slowly at first so you get the transitions between the chords and you don't slow down and speed up. Something like this. And then, of course, you speed up little by little over time. By the way, if you want to practice what you've learned so far, I've put together a free play-along track and some written tabs for everything we've covered today. The link's down there in the description. So the rhythm and the chords kind of makes you feel like you want to move, and it's the beat that's enticing. But to engage something a little deeper, what you need is one more element, and that's what we're going to do in step 4. While rhythm makes you move, there's something else that gets in your head before you even realize what's going on. Listen to this and see if you can tell what it is. I'll bet you the first thing you noticed was the melody. It's what you find yourself humming in the middle of the day without even knowing why. Now, here's where most beginners get stuck. They think adding a melody means completely changing what you're doing with your hands. But there's a simple trick that solves that. Instead of changing your hand position, what we're going to do is use the thumb to play the melody so it keeps the hand in the same position and it's easy to go back to strumming. You'll get a much smoother sound that way, and it's much easier than it looks. First, let me show you the basic thumb motion. What you're going to do is use the ball of your thumb to play the string, and you're not going to push. What we do is kind of let the thumb fall on the string. It makes a nice round sound, and it won't tire your hand so quickly. We're going to divide the melody up into 3 parts. Each just has 3 notes. So let's do the first part or section. 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 1st finger, and then open. With the chord, and I'm using the pinky so I can form the chord at the same time. Do that with me. Strum the chord, melody. And remember, just drop your thumb lightly on the string. Now, we're going to add a little nuance, optional. To hammer on the note, I'm going to hit the 2nd string and then put the pinky down. Listen. And then open. And then 1st finger off. Altogether, it's... Second section, it's the G chord. Strum your G chord, hit that 2nd string again, and hammer down on the 1st fret. Open, and then open 3rd string. Sounds like this. And for the final section, the easiest, we're going to play the F chord, 1 strum, and then the 3 notes are all open strings. 2nd string, 3rd, and 4th. And then you go to the E. So all together, go ahead and give it a try with me, and don't worry about getting it right. Think of it like you're just walking through the paces. You're going to practice it, and it'll get better over time. A minor, strum, hammer, open, 1st finger up, G chord, open and hammer down, 1st finger, open, 3rd string, F chord, open string, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then E. And finally, you just put a strum before each melody. Those are the basic elements of Spanish guitar, and if you learn nothing else, you can make lots of beautiful music with just this. But there's one more element that really gives Spanish guitar its true character. So we need one more technique. Doesn't that just scream Spanish guitar? Fingerpicking adds kind of an intimate, maybe a little more expressive quality that the rhythm alone can't quite give you. And like everything else we've covered, there's one pattern that'll kind of give you the most bang for buck. Let me show it to you. We'll do this on the A minor chord, and I'm going to put my thumb on the 5th string. Now I'm going to call the strings by numbers, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, of course. So I'm going to start by plucking the 5th string with the thumb. Then we're going to hit the 1st string with the index finger. Then the 4th string, thumb, index finger, 1st string again, 3, 1st finger again. You see the trend? Thumb, index, thumb, index. Let's just do that much. Go. That was the complete pattern. We go back 1 string. Let's do it together again. It's going to be 5, 4, 3, 4. And we'll do it twice in a row. Ready, go. 5, index, 4, 3, 4, and again, 5, 4, 3, 4. So practice that pattern. You'll see we're going to use the exact same pattern throughout. The only difference is, and I'll give you a heads up, when you go to the G chord, the thumb starts over on the 6th string. Watch. 6, 5, 4, 5, and again. Same with the F, and the same with E. Remember to keep your hand relaxed and let the thumb drop onto the note. Now what I usually do is just don't pick my thumb up, but let it slide right to the next note. Saves a lot of energy and it sounds good. Now you have all the pieces. And in step 6, I'm going to show you how to put it all together into something you can actually sit down and play. We're going to combine that rhythm pattern, then go into the fingerpicking pattern, and I'm going to add one more element at the very end. We'll call it the grand finale. It's a recognizable melody that kind of brings the whole thing together. Okay, let's start with the form of the song. The form is A, B, C. There's 3 sections, and you're going to start with the A section. That's the strumming part. So you're going to strum through the chords, all 4 chords, and then go back and do it again with the strumming pattern. Then we're going to the B section, which is the fingerpicking section. You're going to play the fingerpicking section with the same chords all the way through, and then again, twice through. And each one of the chords, just like there's 2 strums that actually make 1 measure, we're going to do 2 fingerpicking patterns that make 1 measure. And then finally, we've got a tag for the end. Let me show it to you. We'll start with the E chord, and it's the fingerpicking pattern slightly changed. We're starting on the 4th string. 1st finger. That same alternating pattern. Then repeat that. Now, you're going to go to an A minor, but we're going to do a 2-finger A minor, because you're just going to hit the 3rd string. So the 1st finger is on that 1st fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret with my 2nd finger. That's it. Recognizable? And then back to the E. We'll end with a nice simple strum. To help you keep going, I've put together a free play-along track and the written tabs for everything we've just covered. Go ahead and grab them in the description below. So now you have everything you need to start making real Spanish guitar music. Not just this tune, but this is the same building blocks for countless other tunes. But there's one more critical piece we haven't covered yet. And without it, you always feel like something's missing. Click on the next video and I'll show you how to create your own melodies. It's easier than you think.